Good morning, students. So today we are going to talk about trees. So this is a part of third unit. This is the topic of third unit. So your third unit is totally dedicated to trees, and under trees we are going to talk about in today's class the basic terminology of a tree data structure. So as you all know, students, that this is tree is a part of non-linear data structures. So till now we have studied about linear data structures, and in linear data structures you have seen that the data is organized in a sequential order, but in non-linear data structure we are going to organize the data in a random order. So basically non-linear data structure enforces a kind of a structure. There is a relationship between the elements. So it is going to depict a relationship, like for example in case of trees, which is a very common example of nonlinear data structure, the relationship that we depict amongst its elements is a hierarchical relationship. So nonlinear data structure, you will see that it is organizing the data in a hierarchical structure. So in any tree data structure you will see that the individual element in tree is called as a node. So node is what stores the actual data of that particular element and the link to the next element in a hierarchical order. Okay, so you have nodes and you have links, and these nodes are interconnected to each other with the help of links and depict a hierarchical structure. So there is a rule of thumb that if there are n number of nodes in a tree data structure, then we are going to have maximum of n minus 1 number of links. We have nodes, we have links. If we have n nodes, then we have n minus 1 links. So let us discuss some basic terminology of trees. You may have studied this in your earlier classes or in your school time. So let us just review what all terminology we are going to use with trees. So as you can see in the slide, in the example, the tree that is shown, it is having 11 nodes, and you can see since there are 11 nodes, there will be 10 edges or 10 links. So n minus 1 links or edges. So this is the formula, that n nodes, if there are n nodes, then there will be maximum n minus 1 edges, as you can see in the diagram, and every individual element is called as the node. So a, b, c, d, these are all nodes. Okay, now let us come to the first definition, which is of a root. So in a tree data structure, the first node is called as the root node. That means the node that from which the tree is going to start is known as the root node, and every tree will have one root node. It has to have a root node, which is the origin of the tree data structure, and there can be only one root node. You cannot have more than one root node. ठीक है, मल्टीपल रूट नोड्स कभी भी नहीं होंगे किसी भी डेटा स्ट्रक्चर, ट्री डेटा स्ट्रक्चर में. Then the next is an edge. Next definition is an edge. Edge in a tree data structure is the connecting link between any two nodes, and it is known as the edge. Okay, so as I told you earlier also in this class, if we are having n nodes, then there will be n minus 1 number of edges. Then let us come to parent node. So in a tree data structure, the node which is the predecessor of any node is called as the parent node. So if a particular node is a predecessor of any node, then it is called as the parent of that node. Or in simple words, we can say the node which has branched from it to any other node is called as the parent node. Parent node can be defined, can also be defined as the node which has one child or more than one child or children. Then comes the child node. So child node is a node which is a descendant of any node, then it is called as the child node. So if a node is a descendant of any node, then it is known as the child of that node. And similarly we will have siblings. So just like all of you have siblings in a tree data structure also, the nodes which belong to the same parent are called as siblings. Just as you and your brother or sister, they are known as siblings because you have the same parents, set of parents. Similarly, if two nodes in a tree data structure, they belong to the same parent, then they are called as siblings. Now come to the leaf nodes. So in a tree, the node which does not have a child is called as the leaf node. So the leaf nodes are also called as external nodes. All those nodes which do not have any children, they are called as leaf nodes, and they are also known as the external nodes. And the rest of the nodes are called as the internal nodes. So the nodes which are not the leaf nodes, that means all other nodes which are not the leaf nodes, they are called as the internal nodes. Okay, so we have internal nodes, we have external nodes. The root node is also known as the internal. It is also a type of internal node because it is not a leaf node. Similarly, let us come to what is the degree of a tree. That means the total number of children of a node is called as the degree of that particular node. Now, what will you call as the degree of the tree? That will be the highest degree of a node among all the nodes in a tree. That is called as the degree of the tree. So, if a tree is having 6 nodes by chance, and one node is having a degree of 2, another is having a degree of 3, another is having a degree of maybe 1, and so on. So, whichever node is having the highest degree, that becomes the degree of your entire tree. So, that is the definition of degree. Now, let us come to another definition, which is level. So, in a tree data structure, the root node is said to be at level 0, and the children of root node are at level 1, and their children are at level 2, and so on. So, this goes on. The level 0 starts with the root node. So, I am going to show you all these things in a tree very shortly. I will take an example of a tree and I will mark all these definitions which we have discussed. All this I am going to mark in the tree. So, in simple words, we can say that in a tree, each step from top to the bottom is called as the level, and the level count always starts with 0 and incremented by 1 at each level. So, see here, you can see a tree, and here A, which is the root of the tree, it is at level 0. B and C are at level 1, that means the children of root node are at level 1, their children are at level 2, and lastly we have level 3. So, these are the 4 levels in this particular tree that is shown in this example. Now, let us come to what is the height of a tree. So, if I say height of a tree, it is the longest path from the leaf node to a particular node. So, if I am looking at the height of a particular node, then from leaf node to that node whose height we are measuring is the total number of edges along the longest path, that is known as the height of the node. So, the height of the root node is called as the height of the tree. So, in a tree, the height of the root node is said to be the height of the tree. The height of all the leaf nodes is 0 because we are measuring the height from the leaf nodes. So, height of all leaf nodes is going to be 0, and whatever is the height of your root from the leaves on the longest path, that is known as the height of the tree. So, see here in this example, as you can see that if I talk in terms of node B, then B, if I measure the height of B from the leaves, so B is connected to 2 leaves I and J, and if I measure the height, means if I see the count of edges from I to B, it is 2. So, the height of B is 2 on the longest path. Now, the root of this tree is A, and the height of A, as you can see in the diagram by the highlighted arrows or the highlighted edges, height is 3. So, A is at height 3, and we say that the height of the tree is 3 because the root is at 3. Similarly, let us come to the depth. So, in a tree data structure, the total number of edges from the root node to a particular node is known as the depth of that node, and the depth of the tree is the total number of edges from the root node to any leaf node in the longest path, that is known as the depth of the tree. So, let us see what is the depth of the tree. So, here you can see that A is the root node and the leaf nodes are I, J and K, and if I measure the depth of any leaf node from the root node, then you will see that the depth of, say, K is 3, I is also 3 and J is also 3. So, the 3 is the depth of the entire tree. Okay. So, this is how we measure the height and depth of a tree. Now, let us see what is a path. Path is the sequence of nodes and edges from one node to another node, that is known as the path between the two nodes. So, if I am measuring the path between the two nodes, then it will be the sequence of nodes and edges, and the length will be the total number of nodes in that path. For example, suppose I show you A to J, the path is A, B, E and J. Okay, if I measure the path between the nodes A and J, A, B, E and J, and on this path there are 4 nodes. So, I will say that the length of this path is 4. Similarly, between C and K, the path is C, G, K, and the total number of nodes lying on this path is 3. So, the length of this path is 3. So, this is how you are going to measure the length. Now, these are the subtrees in a tree terminology. A is the root and A is having 2 children, B and C. B itself is a subtree because B is again forming a tree, C is again forming a tree. Similarly, if I look at B B is having 3 children, D, E and F, and E itself is a subtree. So जो आप circles देख रहे हो in different colors, they are all subtrees. So subtree is each child from a node forms a subtree recursively in a tree. So these are all subtrees. Here we are having 3 subtrees. A is the first root node, and that is the entire tree. Then it is having 3 subtrees on the various child nodes. Okay, now let us come to we have been discussing about trees. Now let us come to binary trees. Now what is the meaning of binary? Binary always stands for 2. So binary tree, it is a special data structure used for data storage purposes. So whenever I say 2, that means every node will have maximum of 2 children. It can have less than 2 children, but it can never have more than 2 children. So any node can have 1 child or it can have maximum 2 children, then that is known as a binary tree, and it has the benefits of both an ordered array and a linked list, as search is as quick as in a sorted array, and insertion and deletion are as fast as in a linked list. तो binary tree के बहुत सारे benefits होते हैं. First is just like in a ordered array, searching is very fast because हम उसमें binary search करते हैं, so the searching is very fast. Similarly in a binary tree, if it is similar to an ordered array and the searching is very fast, and and insertion is also and deletion is also very fast in a binary tree. Now this is an example of a binary tree. Here you can see that every node is having only 2 children. So here most of the definitions are also clear because we have indicated the root, we have indicated the parent node, the child node, the subtrees, the leaf nodes, the siblings, then the levels. All these are marked in this particular diagram. So this is an example of a binary tree with all the terminology marked in this binary tree. So you can go through this in details, and when I will forward you the slides, you can go through this in details and you will see that these are all the things that are covered in one slide. Now what is a complete binary tree? So we are going to define a binary tree that is either full or full through the next to last level. मतलब full होना चाहिए, full to. Or what is a full binary tree? You will see in the next slide that full binary tree in which the leaves are at the same depth, or the total number of nodes at any level I are 2 to the power of I, is known as a full binary tree. So for a tree to be complete binary tree, it has to be either full or full through the next to the last level. So here are some examples of full and complete binary trees. So see, if I have a single node, it is full as well as complete. If I have 2 nodes, because the nodes have to be filled from left to right, hence I will say that this is neither a full nor a complete binary tree. Then come to the C diagram. Here it is not a full binary tree, but it is a complete binary tree because the nodes at the leaf level, they are filled from left to right. Now come to the D diagram. It is both full and complete because at every level, if I come to level 1, then 2 to the power of 1 means I am having 2 nodes. If I come to level 2, then 2 to the power of 2, I am having 4 nodes. So it is a complete as well as a full binary tree. Now come to E. E is neither full nor complete because at every level we are not having 2 to the power of I nodes, and it is also not complete because I am not having at the second level, I am not having 2 nodes, so it is not a complete. Now let us come to the F example. Here it is a complete, not full but a complete binary tree because last but one level को भी complete होना चाहिए. तो इसमें E में last but one level is not complete, and in F last but one level is complete, so it is a complete binary tree. So children, these are all examples of complete, and you will see that if I am talking about a complete or a full binary tree, then the array representation of that complete binary tree becomes very easy. You don't require any pointers. What you do is you are going to store it in an ordered array, and any tree which is a complete binary tree can be stored in an ordered array with the help of how we store it. We start from the root, and level by level, left to right, we are going to store the nodes. So as you can see in the array, we have G, D, I, B, F, H, J. तो आप देख सकते हो कि आपके सारे nodes stored हैं इस array में. Suppose it is not a complete binary tree, then what we are going to do is we are going to represent the missing nodes with the help of dotted nodes, and wherever these dotted nodes are coming, you will see that their corresponding value in the array is stored as -1. Okay, so we have 50, 40, 60, 29, 45, -1, 70, -1, -1 and 42. This is how the nodes are stored in an array. Now and the last topic that we are going to discuss today is we are going to talk about binary search trees. So binary search trees, they are type of binary trees, that means every node is going to have two children. The only property that binary search tree is going to follow is that the left whenever we see at a node, the left child is always going to have a value which is smaller than or equal to the node's key, and the right child will always have a value greater than the or equal to the parent node. So right, if I look at a binary search tree and if I look at the root, then towards the right we are going to have values which are bigger than the root, and towards the left we are going to have values which are lesser than the root. So left and the right subtree must also be a binary search tree. So if I have a left subtree and a right subtree, then in itself they should also be binary search tree. Then I say that the whole tree is a binary search tree. So this is an example of a binary search tree. As you can see, it is a binary tree, and if I look at the root, which is 8, I will see that towards the right of 8 are all values which are greater than 8, and towards the left are all values which are less than 8. If I come to node 3, then again it is a subtree. Towards its left is the smaller value and right are the bigger value. So this is an example of binary search trees. So thank you students. Stay tuned, and we will be learning more about binary search trees and its variants. So thank you students, and if in case of any doubts, please contact me. Thank you.